We're here, Internet Celebrities at Sundance 2007, and we're here with our counterparts, because me and Dallas are Internet Celebrities, but today we're here with other Internet Celebrities.
This is Rafi's show right here.
There you go.
These guys are really smart. Stay with them.
We're talking to Susan and Arin, who are four-headed monsters.
Four-eyed monsters.
I'm sorry. Here we go. Keep it rolling. Basically, can you tell us about your project? It's a fascinating thing you guys did.
2 years ago, we premiered the film here at Sundance.
Yeah, and we're still not done promoting it. But yeah, I mean, we did the typical thing where we hoped to get into a really great film festival and then get like the Cinderella glass slipper slipped on our foot and like distribute it out to worldwide, which didn't happen, which really shouldn't have been a surprise. So at a certain point, like Arin and I are sort of life vloggers, like we film everything all the time.
Right.
And we realized that as we were trying to get the film out there, that whole struggle between getting the film out there and like our dynamic and our relationship was kind of an interesting story. So we started cutting together, like 3 to 5 minute videos that we could put on the internet and just like let them, have them be free and totally accessible to anyone.
And now where did you start posting this?
In iTunes and MySpace, and then just any other website that seemed appropriate.
Okay.
But
YouTube,
MySpace
Google
was,
Video, Vimeo, URTV, basically whatever.
Then it expanded to those other things. Like YouTube wasn't like a big thing.
That's
right
true.
then.
When we started it, there was no YouTube.
Yeah. So MySpace was our biggest thing for a while.
Okay.
But yeah, now YouTube is sort of our little heartthrob now.
Okay, great. And how many viewers do you have on YouTube?
We don't. Do you know?
I don't know. I mean, we only have like 400 subscribers on YouTube, to be perfectly honest.
Okay.
YouTube is not a place where we've done super well. I mean, mainly iTunes is where we've done well.
Okay.
Certain calculations have told us that we have 70,000 subscribers, but it's actually hard to know the exact numbers, and it fluctuates, and there's certain ways that people use iTunes. It's really hard information to get to the bottom of.
Okay.
So we try to not worry too much about that and just keep putting interesting things out on the feed and keep letting it grow, basically.
So and then what has that meant to you to have that base growing? What have you been able to do from there?
Well, because we look at somehow what we're doing here has become more than just a film, and then it's also become more than just a video podcast. It's now also like screenings and DVDs, and basically we're realizing that there is no one silver bullet in terms of getting your work out there. You should use everything at your disposal. Okay. So we wanted to do interesting things where we could. Susan has to.
Hey,
Brian fucking calling me.
That's all right. It's okay. She's a busy woman,
Just because we were doing well on the internet, we didn't want to turn our back on the ability to screen our film that we had never been distributed. It was just sitting on our computer for like a year, basically. And so we started being like, okay, well, we're going to self-distribute our film now that we have this audience base that has been around us. And now, now we're pretty well into that process. DVDs are available off our website. We're doing We're doing 20 screenings on Valentine's Day, February 14th.
Okay.
To tie into this sort of relationship theme in the film.
Where are those screenings happening?
They're happening in the top cities that have requested the screenings to happen.
The top 100 cities, or the top people have requested. Where there's more than 100 people requesting the film.
Right, which was another brand new thing. We were just kind of asking ourselves, well, couldn't we just ask our audience to sign up a thing and give us their zip code, and we can plot that on a map? Isn't there some service we can sign up to do that? And there wasn't.
Right.
So we had to basically use our friend Brian Churls, and we also collaborated with Without a Box a little bit on some of these concepts to basically find a way to show that demand above each city. So we made this little heart map. Susan's idea was that they should be hearts, and they get larger above each city as that city requests more screenings. So we look at this thing that is getting built because of all this effort as something we can tap future projects into. We want to do another feature film. We want to keep making short stuff to be putting on our video podcast. Some of those things might also share. There might be similar content in the
also,
feature
we think
itself.
the whole requesting of the film, we feel like that should be something that any filmmaker should be able to do for their film.
Right.
And I think there will be a service where it is a little bit more automated at some point, but I mean, just from the ground, every filmmaker should have that on their website, from the day the trailer goes
Even
up.
shorts,
Sure. I totally agree. Have you given any thoughts to talking to a web programmer perhaps about creating a system like that?
Somebody needs to make an open source thing.
I
mean, Brian did ours. He is a web programmer.
Right. We post tutorials on how to do the different things that we do. Unless it involves so many steps, it just is a mess. But for the most part, we post tutorials because we feel like you know, you've got all these companies trying to make things that are going to sort of like solve these problems, but we're a big fan of open source technology, you know, where people say like, I'm just gonna, I live in the garage, you know, with my parents or something like that, but I've got a genius idea and I'm just gonna make it, and it's gonna like change the landscape of the internet. I mean, it's happened so many times: email, RSS, HTML.
Can I cut you off for a second? I'm sorry.
Sure.
Well, this is exactly who we are. Okay, internet celebrities who have left our parents' basement to come to Sundance with internet celebrities who are out of their parents' basement as well.
Yeah, we were in the parents' basement. We were staying for 6 months. We lived with Susan's.
It's an eerie
I love
parallel.
them because they recognize that you guys, the internets, are what's really important.
The biggest resource. I mean, you basically what you did was you used, you know, Sundance was a beginning for you guys, not an end, you know.
Right.
And
it's a
then
launching pad.
A launching pad, right? And now you have this built-in fan base, sort of, that you can always, you know, communicate with.
Totally the smartest people here in Utah.
Let me ask